Hi there, I'm Danny Henderson. Welcome back to my beautiful full disclosure channel. So good to see you all here today, and especially beautiful to see Elena Danan, the emissary for the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Hello, Elena.
Hello, Danny. How are you today?
I'm so good. It's so exciting. All the wonderful things coming out in full disclosure on our planet, the true history of our solar system, which is a thing that you and I care about very, very much. The beautiful space fleets and the spacecrafts and the beautiful loving ETs that we know, that we've met, that are physical. And there's so many ways we can validate, improve, and bring evidence. And the last time we saw each other, because you've been traveling, we saw each other in England on May 10th and 11th. And we had the most amazing conference for 2 days with beautiful friends and Nikki Allen, Tony Rodriguez, Praveen Mohan. He flew in from India to show us some of the Indian technology in the temples. And it's just so amazing, the information, the hidden hands of everything for generations from the good people of Earth, and now the great things that are happening. And we did a beautiful flyover for the people to see that we bring the spacecraft. And this year, as you know, last year all the pressure was on you, and you brought a really beautiful, succinct craft, a fleet of craft. They came over so quickly. They came over together. We had the craft from the Galactic Federation of Worlds that you're in direct touch with, and we also had beautiful Earth military TR3B. And then a month ago, it was decided that most of the pressure of bringing a fleet would be on JP. It was his first time ever. He did great. For me also, I put a request in to you. You put the request to Thor Hanaredian, your contact on the Excelsior or the XL6 craft. He then put that to High Admiral Jor-El, who's a physical man, and it came back down the pipe, and it was amazing when I witnessed the way that the font had changed from my request to his instruction directly to me, that he would supply 2 spacecraft. So I told people before that this was going to happen, that I would also be bringing spacecraft, and I bought the first 2 in particular, so the big ones in the sky, the big gold ones. And of course they came early. You were advised they're out there on the horizon, etc. Well, tell us about that. Like, what happened?
Yeah, when you asked me to ask Joel, well, Thorhan took your letter. You wrote your letter in English, and he took it and he translated it in binary code, because that's the way you can transfer data from Earth computers to their devices on their ships. So I saw the letter translated in binary code. It was a long thing. That was fun. I've seen that already when I pass on messages. And so the reply was giving back to me in English, because Thorhan has retranslated it. And I sent you, yeah, Joel consented to send 2 crafts from the Excelsior and to Eastbourne. Joel is not very high position. He's admiral of a mothership, a battle station, and is at the moment in transition with Ardana. They are sharing, co-sharing the Excelsior management, and then Ardana will leave. So he has a bit of power, because he can order fleets now to come to Earth for our flyovers. And we were on the beach, and JP was in charge, and he was banging his beautiful Irish drum that I had offered to him, Bauran, and chanting a Yamate, which means from heaven to earth.
Yeah.
Yamate. You remember, Danny, the first time we heard it, it was a JP who heard it himself in the Atlantic Arc when he went on a mission.
Yeah.
And there were Aztec people.
Aztec Mayan soldiers. He went in with
Mayan.
Chinese,
Okay.
Russian, masses of different civilizations, of soldiers who obviously have their own language, all there on reconnaissance of this space arc. And the beautiful Mayan or Aztec, Spanish-speaking soldiers saw this ancient, mantra on the wall. I would imagine it'd be something like the Hindus seeing Om Namah Shivaya, another worthy, beautiful, miraculous mantra. And they see this Akuria Mate, and then of course they were chanting it, and they got to walk through the dimensional portal. That was the key for them. And then the Chinese were pissed off because they couldn't enter it because they didn't have the warmth. And then of course JP reported on this really in detail. And then with my friend Ketsa Shah is a shaman that I met when I was living down in Costa Rica. Ketsa Shah lives in Playa del Carmen in Mexico. And so I met with him, and I went traveling with Ketsa Shah, and he and I went to the Aztec pyramids, to Chichen Itza, to others. We went swimming in the giant cenotes, which is Cenote, cenote, which are ancient plunge pools, and they're massive. I mean, they are prehistoric giant pools of water. And I remember in every single cenote I swam with Ketsa Shah in, he was chanting. He comes from a long line of shamanic, people. That was really beautiful. So anyway, I obviously invited Ketsa Shah to speak at one of my GSICs. And we had a beautiful translation later, because he's not very good at English, like I'm not very good at Spanish. We were on a round table, and he was asked, what is the meaning of Akuria Mate? And he translated it for us. Anyone who speaks Spanish could have, obviously, but the depth of the extra kind of emotion of that word, that ancient mantra, was very, very, very clear. So so back to JP, was banging the drum you gave him. The drum was tuned to 432 hertz.
Yes. And I remember that famous video we had with Ketsa Shah and JP is still on your channel, where JP asked, what does Akuria Mate means? He asked to Ketsa Shah, and Ketsa Shah tells him with the translator, oh, it means a bridge from heaven to earth. And it was like, everybody was like, wow. So he was chanting that on the beach, because, everybody hears Akuria Mate, but sometimes it's good to remind what it truly means. It's an activation frequency key for creating a bridge, and you can communicate with the beings in heaven singing this. And and suddenly, well, it was taking time. So I went, something's wrong. I contacted Thorhan. I said, what's going on? He said, oh, it's fine. We needed time to make sure the English Air Force is allowing our ships to fly over UK. So I said, okay. And then Thorhan said to me, okay, 2 ships have left the Excelsior and are heading to your location. They'll be there in 20 minutes. So I told JP, and we told the crowd. And in 20 minutes, 2 lights were at the horizon on above the sea, hovering. And so, and Thorhan said to me, okay, we have a little problem. Although we had the authorization, the UK Air Force doesn't change their mind. So we are waiting for new authorization to enter UK airspace. So they were above the English channel. And I said to Thorhan, well, so I was informing the crowd, and I said to Thorhan, can you blast the lights or do something that entertains us, like ask the ships to blast light? And he will say, okay, I'm going to see what I can do. And there were unmanned ships, okay? Let's go, because it's still dangerous. That low, So, and so I said to everybody, look at the sea, look at the horizon, the ships, look at the ships. You may see lights blinking. And they blinked like this. It was cool. I said, thank you, love, thank you. And then it took a while to get the authorization, but one ship started move up, and then be like this, It went brighter, 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 brighter for a while. Everybody was filming. They were like, wow. And suddenly, in a clear, pure sky, after at least 20 minutes, I think the ship was there, it cloaked and became invisible, disappeared. And everybody was like, wow, you know. And then they got authorization, and the second ship went around and flew over Eastbourne, and we could all see, and it came over the moon and down. And at that moment, a real plane passed underneath, and you could really see the difference, and it was filmed. So you see the planes blinking, but very can't miss it. And the ship stopped, and the plane passed, and then it went again. Oh, now there's been so many things happening that night. We were so happy, and there was even a triangular ship afterwards, way later, and a ballet of orbs that was good fun.
Yeah, there was so much. And I think the only frustrating thing for me was number one, the ships being slowed down by the UK military, which I suppose is actually a good thing because we want to know that we are secure and we are safe in our skies. And if something does fly in at a certain, mileage low, it is in danger of being shot down, which is why the two ships that I got from the Galactic Federation of Worlds were unmanned so that we didn't take the risk that they will be, because for some people they wouldn't know that, but that's why I'm explaining it just a little bit. And then as the night went on, again, the TR-3B came, and when I first saw it coming in, it looked so much like a plane at first because I was standing right up by the wish tower. And depending your viewpoint, so the people standing down on the beach looking up could see the triangulation of it. Like Agnes Larray, she got a brilliant triangle picture of it, and others, were like, but there's a video with these women going, oh my God, Northern girls. You can really hear them. It's so great. We got so much footage, but it was over a 4-hour period, which was so long. It got really cold, even though I said to everyone, wrap up, gets really chilly at night. And then those that lasted, those that stuck it out, were rewarded at the end of the night with an absolute finale. And there was also a point where that JP was like, when we were turned around with our backs to the water, and JP's going, look guys, look, and there was an amazing craft in the sky, and he said, it's going to turn right around that star, it's going to turn right, and it bloody well did. And people were screaming, and it was just so thrilling and emotional, and they're all diving down. So there's a ton going in a line with massive gaps between them, because those that know of Starlink, they're very tightly bound together. Starlink is very tight together. There's a massive gap between these. But as they're coming across, there's others diving down. It was just magical. So what we did was we took some footage, we gave it to several people, and this video is made by the great Mike Scott, who kindly put it all together for us. And here we jolly well go. Can you hear this?
No, I can't hear it. You need to press play. We don't have the sound.
You're not hearing it? You can't hear it, or you can?
At times it's very bad. But the images are
All right, a little bit of a tech issue there, but that's okay. Seems that we can't actually hear the sound, but we will continue to play it for you.
was about 2,000 witnesses, and not only the attendance of the conference, but also everyone there had seen a poster, and it was free.
Yeah, absolutely. Over 2,000 It's so sad you can't hear the
Yeah, you can
music.
see one craft here, twinkling. Here it is, the one close to the right. You see that's the craft here. Really, really good. And that's Federation. No, that's
You should have heard the crowd. The emotion was amazing.
That's one of the crafts. Look at the other one, yes.
It's the finale.
That's it.
So many of them. See the green laser?
I'm pretty sure that it's not satellite.
Yeah. Look at it coming down, going across.
Sometimes you have the towers, it's always in direction of the sun. Going down, changing direction.
Coming down.
Tiffany and I are really making a good team because when we were in Tokyo recently, and we are standing straight in Tokyo the first night and pulling up ships, but it was for fun. And Miyoko Sano took a photo of us. And the following day, a Japanese woman told me, "Oh my gosh, it's in the papers. There was UFOs above Tokyo." I said,
So great.
Kidding me.
They follow you everywhere, Elena.
Oh yeah, I have my escort from the Federation. I'm so
That's what I mean,
protected.
yeah.
So protected.
Mike did a great job. Thank you, Mike.
Oh yeah.
The conference itself, as I said, was amazing. We had it in a beautiful theatre. It was so intimate. There were so many gracious, gorgeous, stunning moments, and the end. And I always like to bring in our audience together so everyone is, part of that great connection. And it was just amazing. And again, we've got our next Galactic Spiritual Informers connection in less than 3 months in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're selling out, guys. Get your tickets. We're going to be announcing another amazing speaker, a surprise to come. Very, very
I know.
excited. Of course you know. Of course you know. So now that we've covered Galactic Spiritual Informers, the last one, the flyover, share with us, where have you been, my love? Where have you just come back from? What have you been doing?
Well, Earth-wise, I was in Tokyo for 2 weeks, presenting at Miyoko Sano's conference in Ginza, in the heart of the capital, in a fantastic place, a huge theater. There was, I think, near to 1,000 people. It was amazing. All who came to see me, and JP as well, who was there. We went together there. It was fantastic. The response was spectacular. People loved it. The feedback is amazing. I've been presenting on the hidden history of Earth, emphasizing on the Anunnaki, Atlantis, and the genetic history of humankind. So people were fascinated. So it was a great time, and as ever, Japan is in my heart. It's one of these homes, one of these places on Earth I can call home because I feel at home. It's all about the people, they really love what I do, the work I'm bringing, and it's a wonderful exchange. I was presenting, including also the hidden history of Japan. Mentioning some places like Kumeradera with ET contact have been made, and about also the origins of the Japanese people, the star origins. You know, there's a lot of star origins from Sirius B. So I was developing this history, and you can really find among many of them the typical genetics of the Tashkere people, which my friend Myra is of. So, oh, I'd speak for hours, but I had a great time.
Good. I'm so glad you did. And it's interesting because Miyoko Sano, who's also a friend of mine, that I've come to know, she came to England as well, and supports you so much in Tokyo and works so hard to bring the Japanese beautiful family, the information that they deserve to have. And then there's Agnes Larray in France. I had her colleague Chris Esson on my channel to help push and promote their French conference for the French-speaking people on the planet, because you will be there and JP will be there and Tony Rodriguez will be there speaking too, and I'm not sure of the rest of the lineup. Is Michael Salah speaking there as well? I think he's on Zoom, isn't he? Because he's not flying because he's been so sick, right?
Yeah.
And then from France, we jump across to Dubai. That's a new one, a new lady, two ladies, Mona and Ryoko. They haven't done a galactic conference before, but they're going to be doing it in Dubai, and also they're going to be sharing some of the latest information on the discoveries in Egypt. And our friend Elena and mine, our friend Trevor Grassi is going to be there presenting too. So it's really nice to see all these really powerful women of disclosure creating these amazing conferences that are all diversified too, bringing in the consciousness, the science, the history, the stories, because this is the essence of the true history of our planet. Now, you have been doing so much for so many years in bringing information, real information, validated, verified, physical proof, which I always bang on about, and I always will. Physical proof is important because anyone can pretend to, speak to anyone, anytime they like. Like, for example, this is my real life friend, Winky Dinky. Hello! Winky Dinky's very special. I rule the world! Now, look, I'm showing you. Of course, I'm mocking people. It's funny. But let's take us somewhere that you took us that's so extraordinary. And years and years and years ago, like, I don't know, 4 years ago now, I was on the phone to you and you're like, I have to go. I'm going to Neptune. I was like, of course you are. Of course you are. Anyway, you came back and you were very changed. Your physical appearance, I was shocked. I'm like, what the hell happened to you? You'd lost weight. It was really weird. You were odd. You were not yourself. You were exhausted. You were very emotional, very drained. And then over the time, your memories started to come back. At the time they were supposed to, which often happens for people. And you shared that you had been to a place called Koldas, which you got to going to Neptune. Now, let us take that journey. Let us just give you the screen. Tell us about your beautiful book and some of the images to share, which are mind-blowing. I want you to show, like, the tanker, explain the 5D bubbling of the flower of life, the universal sign for life, and anything else that you choose to, my love.
Well, in 2022, it was in July, I was taken to Neptune by my friend Seladion and Thorhan to visit the new workplace of Seladion. Seladion was the pilot when I was rescued when I was 9 years old. You know, the story that I recommend everyone to read, A Gift from the Stars, to see the background of who I am. Seladion now was working on a mining station in the rings of Neptune. So invited me to come and visit where you worked. I went, okay, not exciting, but that's a trip in space. I don't say no. You know, who wants to go and see mining stations? A bit boring. Oh, really? Well, okay, yeah, trip in space. Yeah, I'm going. And Thoran was there, and we went to his mining station. And I can take you through it because I am going to show you illustrations that I have put in my book Koldas
Mhm.
because the memory came back to me slowly, slowly. Before I show you the trip and the journey, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I did recover my memory. I came back that same night where I left. It was like a 20 and back, not the same person. I was feeling something weird. I was exhausted. It took me 2 weeks to catch up physically. And I saw myself in the mirror the following morning, my roots had grown a bit gray. My nails had grown also, and that freaked me out. I lost weight. My skin was so dry, like when I was living in Egypt, so dry. I had, dehydration lines here, and my hair were like shit, like dry, and had gone longer. And I calculated, I know my body, that that was representing the length of 2 months, hair growth and nail growth. I freaked out. Freaked out. I called Thoran and he said, "Oh yes, you were somewhere, but it's not the moment you remember. It was a window of time where we could bring you there, but you will remember in time." And I was mental. So I trusted him. I trust him with my life, and I'm right. And when the moment came, memories start to come back. I met with a wonderful human being who is a knight on earth, who is an extraordinary friend, who is Tony Rodriguez. I knew him by videos, making videos together, and I met him for the first time in 2022 it was in Orlando in September or October, I don't remember. First
October.
JSIC,
Yeah.
amazing JSIC.
Mm.
And we straight away get along well together. And I told him straight away, listen, I have missing time. I told nobody, a bit Danny, but I didn't tell her everything. I have missing time. Help me. And he said, okay, we're going to deal with that. So he explained to me how the thread of memory was going to be the way through the labyrinth of memory, of reconnecting all the pathways in my mind, my brain. And I did that. I did his method that I describe in the book, and my memory came back. And I remembered. So I'm going to show you the drawings I've made. Share. Here we go. So if I press this full screen, do you see it?
Yes. Stunning.
You see Seladion. Okay.
Yep.
That's Seladion in the ship arriving around in the vicinity of Neptune.
But we
So
can see
Seladion
the
doesn't
whole.
work for the.
Mana,
Sorry?
we can see all of the drawings on one page, not just him on his own.
Okay, no, so that's not the thing. So how can I do that?
Let's pause for a minute.
Let me record. Here we go. So here we go. Seladion. Here we go. Can you see the picture?
Woof woof.
Woof woof. Yes, he's a handsome chap. Yes. He's my friend since I am a child. A very lively Seladion is very free. Has been very always with his life very free, with exploring diversity of relationships throughout all species, and is a very a young man full of energy. So we see Neptune behind, and we're arriving in the vicinity of Neptune to see his mining station. So that's the mining station. They mine a very precious material in the rings of Saturn, and they share it with the species that is on Neptune, the Coldaceae. Coldaceae have bases under the waters of Neptune as well as connected. They are connected to a home planet, their home planet in a parallel dimension. But I'm going to go there. That's centering in Neptune. That's an actual photo of Neptune approaching the clouds. So we saw that we flew over the oceans of Neptune. It was darker than this. And we saw at one point this beacon tower coming out of the water with this sphere. And you had interviewed me at the time, Danny, and you said, oh, it looks like a Tesla tower.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what it is. The Coldaceae are beings very ancient. They have a colony on Neptune, but also on Venus. And Nikola Tesla was from Venus. So the technology, is shared, and probably you remember seeing this technology on Venus. So this beacon tower marked the entrance, the location of an underwater base. We went in the water with the ship. The shuttle went in the water, was with Seladion and Thoran. And there were marine animals like translucent, wonderful, beautiful, gigantic. I mean, way much bigger than the ship. They escorted us to the underwater city. And it's very dark down there. That's why all the life in there is glowing. It's like in the abyss on Earth, So there was a central dome and different domes linked with the central one. Wait a minute. So, okay. Okay, I don't have enough more. And in there, we met with the Coldaceae, who are people slightly shorter than us, and they have the color of the skin varies. They are either green, either blue, either brown, and they have patches and kind of patterns on the skin, different colors. So it's not definite. And regarding the races, they have different races like the humans. They have different colors. So they have tentacles on the head, appendix tentacles that vary in numbers regarding the race among them, and also big black round eyes. We're going to see Coldaceae later. And in this station, there was a Stargate. So I remembered being taken by the Coldaceae to the Stargate, and then nothing. And then back into the ship, Seladion's ship, crying because I was very upset because I couldn't remember what happened, and Thoran bringing me back to Earth. That was what I remembered. But with Tony's method, helping me recover my memory, here is what I remembered. The other side of this Stargate was a planet, was a world. It was in a parallel dimension. And this world was named Koldas. It had 4 moons. It was located in the dark galaxy, a parallel galaxy. And going through the Stargate was that's a Stargate, Neptune side. Very difficult process because I've been to Stargate twice that were quantum leap into this galaxy, but I never taken an interdimensional one. I mean, it's from a universe to another universe, to a parallel dimension. And that's bigger, that's more intense, that's stronger. And it was very difficult, very straining on my body. I was so sick when I arrived. It took me a while to recenter my soul into my body, I was vomiting, I was shaking, I was cold, I was horrible. But I eventually got over it. And then I realized that I had to do that on the way back, and I went, oh no, kill me. No, I'm not doing that again. But I had to, and it was worse on the way back,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So here we are, just out of the Stargate, myself, Thorhan, and Seladion in our environmental suits. We arrived in a desertic place and we could breathe the air. It was smelling a little bit of ozone, but it was very breathable. It was okay. Koldasi are humans, like with special race, but they breathe the same air, so it was very, very good. A bit lighter, so all the time, I mean, the particles of air were more wider, so you would get exhausted faster and out of breath faster. So every exercise, physical exercise you would do, you would be more tired quicker. Later on, we went for a trek in a jungle, and I really struggled because it was very difficult to have a physical activity, climb slopes and in the forest, which is very uneven ground, and breathe at the same time. The heartbeat was really getting panicked. Oh my gosh, that physically it was really hard. But anyway, here we are. There's a village, and this village, surrounded by sand dunes, red sand dunes, a bit like on Mars, had patterns everywhere that I recognize of the flower of life. And I would ask later what it is about. And in this village lived the Koldasi. So the Koldasi, you see them there, humans with tentacle pieces on their head, big black eyes. They use technology as in very advanced technology in a setting that is very tribal and primitive. So this was to me very shocking and weird, because if they have technology but they still live in clay huts, it was a bit like in Star Wars, you know, Tatooine, I think, the planet. Yeah, where Luke Skywalker is from. You know, there's like these earth huts and houses, and like in the oasis, and then you have technology all around. That's exactly the Koldasi. They live in that environment, and we had the explanation much later, days later, when we explained that these primitive tribes of people were one day visited by a very advanced ET civilization who gave them technology. And they took the technology and they integrated the technology into their lives. But they didn't receive the technology with the notice how it worked. They had to figure it out. You know, cosmic laws of a prime directive, you know, which is based on a cosmic laws. You need to let the population develop their intellect, that they are able to understand the technology, and then they can use it wisely. And that's what happened. They still have some technologies there left by these ETs after hundreds of thousands of years. They still don't know how it works. You know, they're still figuring out the stuff. And so you had these anti-gravity tables, flying trays. That was very, very interesting. We were received there, given a hut, and I was suddenly, I went, oh, wait a minute. How long are we staying here, lads? Because what's going on? And I was told that by this gentleman, Wakaskun, was the elder of this particular village, that, well, we were waiting for you because the architects want to speak to you. So I'm not going to spoil anything, but the whole rest of the adventures was a personal quest of transformation to find out who the architects are. So this is the elder of the village. He's in charge of the village. He's a wise elder. He's one of the guardians who guards the gates to the dimension of the architects, and is also called the drawer of pathways. I'm going to see that later why. So that's us in our hut. So you get in this book to know better my relationship with Thoran. You get to know more about Thoran and me. and Seladion. Well, Seladion, you see him at the table behind. So we are this image describes us. We've been given clothes to swap with our environmental suits, and Thoran has already started to take off his clothes. I know I should have drawn the next picture, but I decided to stop here.
Hey, okay, I need to jump in here as your best friend, okay? Aside of all and everything on the planet, I can tell people to your faces, Thorhan Aredian actually does look like this. But his hair's not always that curly. Maybe it was the dust that made it curlier because it's wavy. It's straight here, straight to here, and then wavy. And it's absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And he really does look like that. So anyway, please continue. And he's taken.
Danny, you saw him physically.
Yeah, of course.
So,
That's how I would know what he looks like because I physically saw
yeah.
him. Yeah, more than once.
He went into your house physically, beamed down a few times. Yes, and you are one of the rare persons who saw him.
We go way back. Me and Thorhan, we go way back, and I always tease him for how handsome he is because he is.
Oh, he's very handsome. Yes, all right. Anyways, we were given the clothes, and Seladion is always like a kid, he's there on the table. Yeah, whatever, And so that's us settling in our hut. And that's the toilets and the sonic shower. So you have technology, and I was so glad the bathroom had technology because at our age we like a bit of comfort, right? So sonic shower and beam toilets like on the Excelsior. Oh, I can talk a little bit about it because that's the details that bring a bit closer my experience to the audience.
Yeah.
What is a sonic shower? It doesn't use water, it uses sound frequencies. So you take your clothes off and you are scanned by frequency sound that are going to destroy all bacteria. It's really specified on a special range and you spotless clean. I don't like it. I prefer running water, but that's how it is. No choice. Well, I was managed to get to remain clean, it's okay. The toilets are like on most of the spaceships, there are beam toilets, as I call them. That means your business is going down a box underneath that you can see here, and then it's dematerialized. It's destroyed, dematerialized. So yeah, beamed, like destroyed. And so that's good fun. That's safe. That's totally safe. People have asked me, but oh, that's dangerous. No, it's totally safe. But yeah, I prefer water. So the article, let's see, two young ladies in this village. They had more of a green skin. Their big round eyes, and they had this you see the earth huts and houses, and you see painted in all of them. You have these flower of life designs, and so I ask, and they call it the Great Tonka. The Great Tonka. It represents the creation and also creator. It's the structure of the universe, and I'll get to this later on. Oh, here it is. That's Morkas, our guide. Morkas works in the underwater base on Neptune, but his family is there. So he stayed with us all the time. He was our guide. And see the houses behind is absolutely magnificent. So that was the food. The food, they are vegetarian, even vegan, because I never ate eggs, nor dairies. They don't raise animals as cattle. They live with plants and crops. They have little gardens. This was one of the breakfasts I represented. So it was kind of how to say, sticky soup, green, tastes like spinach. And then you had these buns. This is really good, really full of vitamins for the and proteins for the morning. It really gives you a good grounding foundation, and that's very, very good. Good food there, really good food. So I went to explore around the village. We stayed in a village about a month, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. Yes, 3 weeks. So I was going, we were exploring. One day I went on my own and I saw these trees who take water for underground aquifers, and the water is going to concentrate in these blue fruits. So people come and cut the fruits and bring them home, and it's like a supply of water for the house. It's very good.
What, they
That's
take
in
the
the
whole thing, Elena? They cut off,
Sorry?
they cut the whole bubble off.
Yes,
The whole
yes.
bubble. And you're
Yeah,
saying,
because if you pierce it, the water falls down.
okay, and the little blue dots, you said they're fruit. That's fruit you can pick on the outside.
Yes, yes. Yeah, the whole bubble is one fruit.
Right.
And it's a bit spiky, so when you touch it, it's like rubber. It feels like spikes of rubber. It's very funny. It smells kind of, there's a smell of it, a bit like flowery smell. It's weird. The water is very pure, and it's pure anyway, but it's filtered by the tree. It's fantastic water. That's why they have sonic showers. They don't waste the water. They have wells as well. They can just tap. But these trees are fun, and the water is tastier and better quality.
Wow. And if we're looking at that, when they come to take the water home with them, would it weigh what we would imagine it to? Like on Earth, we would imagine it to be quite heavy. Is it quite heavy, full of water?
Yeah, it's very heavy. It's very heavy. They have kind of slides. Yeah. But
How,
they never do that on their own. They'll
right. How do they
several to do that.
how do they transport it home?
On on the kind of a slide. Sleigh. Sorry, sleigh.
Okay,
Sleigh.
got it, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good, good,
Yeah.
good. We need the detail, right? The
Yeah,
detail
yeah, of
again
course.
lands in the physical information and the proof and the verification. So that's fantastic. And are these trees,
Yeah.
are they plentiful trees? Are they everywhere?
Yeah, there's a lot of them. A lot of them. But where there is an aquifer and underground water, they will be there. So the village is built on a water reservoir, and these trees are accesses to the water.
Wild.
It's more lazy than having to dig wells. They have two wells in the village, but I mean this is more
It's incredible.
cool. Yeah, the water tastes better. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. You know, orange blossom water. It has kind of this taste, but
Oh,
very, very slightly. So it's nice. It's nice, very nice and fresh. It's fresh. It's incredible. Okay, so well, I went into this wadi, as they call it, valley, and I discovered this place with paintings. So this is the Kaldasi Sea painted that very anciently, and it's in the desert, so it's it's been preserved because it's not damp, and it was in a cave where the ceiling has collapsed, so it stayed a long time out of the light. And now it's still the parts that are still sheltered more or less by the heat, this and the light, it's still preserved. It tells about the arrival of tall humanoids from another dimension, and you see a portal. Can you see the cursor of my mouse when I move it?
yes.
Yes, okay. So this is the vortex, the portal, the Stargate,
Stargate.
actually. And you have oblong ships here and here. That's also representing the stargates, like something light coming from the stargate. You see the stargate in the middle. And see this pattern, the circle and the triangle.
Yeah.
Um, and this reminded because I'm talking to talk about it at the end. So big, tall humanoids, they have like helmets or bubbles that they can breathe, and the wings, they were not winged, but wings, it's a way of saying they can't fly, they come from the sky. Okay. So that was everywhere. And I was told that these were the famous architects. I don't want to tell much more, so I stopped there.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, Elena, something that you never shared, but I'm going to share, is the fact that you literally have a photographic memory. This is another reason why you're in the role that you're in. My light died at that very second. Wow. And you are able to remember conversations that you've had with so many different people off planet and then transcribe it into your books. And again, I want people to know that about you because that's a fact. Also, you're able to witness images, information, pictographs, hieroglyphs, of course, as you're doing here, and able to, in your mind, perfectly recreate them using the illustrator machine that you use. Now, people that look at the two winged looking creatures will assume that they look like angelics. They do look like angels, of course they do. And of course, the Stargate looks very much like we would see and have seen images of. The one-eyed beings, they look quite dodgy, don't they? They look a little bit like one off of the movie Monsters Inc., which is a horror film, in my opinion.
Yeah. So these are the manders, and I actually have illustrations of the manders. They are creatures they brought with them who are very advanced AI creatures that they made, and they are healing devices. They reach such an advancement in technology that these things are like living beings, although they are artificial, and they have the power of healing. And so they all heal with, holographic healing or also frequency healing. They have their power of healing. And Thorhan and Seladion experienced it. I didn't, but it was quite remarkable. I'll come to that later. That these are the menders. So here are the Koldasis. So that's that's my friend Moniri and the children of the village. So she's the daughter of Wakaskun, and she's in charge of the kids. So she's really, really nice. She became a good friend. So Moniri took us to the wadi with the kids. She's standing in the middle, and we saw the children starting to chant. They sway their little bodies like this, and they start to chant. It was the most beautiful, soul-reaching melody I've never heard in my life. The kids start to sing with harmonics, It was something that moved you to the core, and all my being was vibrating. And what happened was, I go back. The paintings came alive. So I'm not telling more, but that was something I'll never forget. Never forget. The Koldasi are very intertwined with the tradition of sound, and that's not coming from the ETs who visited them. It comes from them. That's who they are, that's what they do, that's their traditions. They use sound, and they use the power of the song. There is a tradition, beautiful tradition that they have, which is the mother is going to meditate and hear a pregnant mother hear the song of her child. And she's going to sing to him while he's in her belly. And when he will be born in the deliverance of the child, she will sing it while giving birth. And then this song will accompany the child, the person, all their life, when they're sick, when they need to be calmed down, when they need healing, and the rites of passage. So they have a rite of passage into adulthood, which I witnessed. It was very cool. And then they have the passing, the death, the passing, and so they sing the song of the person as well. The whole village is very moving. It's very beautiful. And here we go. Here is a funeral. So they all sing the song of the deceased. Is in this hovering how to say casket, and they are going to bring it to the wadi, to this sacred place. And I have to read the book to know what's going on after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we left the village after a while with Thoran, Seladion, and Wakaskun, the elder of the village, to go to the capital city, Shimura. But on the way, we crashed. The shuttle crashed in the jungle, and we stayed several days in the jungle. And okay, they have technology, but you know, it's like a super advanced technology, but maintained by people who barely know how to maintain it. So
Yes.
shuttle wasn't very well maintained, so we crashed. We stayed a few days in the jungle, during which I underwent a very important quest of transformation that had started in the village already, to find the who I am, the quest to retrieve all the fractals of my soul throughout my lives, all my incarnations. And I'm taking the reader with me. This book is not a book. It's a key. It's an interdimensional key to open for you a quest to who you are. And it's bringing you to the realm of the architects. And it's bringing you on a quest. With me, you are undergoing the same quest. And this book, everybody who read it has been transformed. Absolutely. And has realized who they are. They recover their memories.
You know, when I was reading this, Elena, and I was the first one out, you blessed me with the privilege of being the first one to read it. When I got to this part where you and Thorhan and Seledian crashed, because I was so in the book, because the book is alive, I'm telling you, I was yelling blue bloody murder at Annex and at Una. I'm like, how could you let my girl crash? She's in the jungle. You know what I mean? It's like I was so involved. Yeah, it is such a journey. And as I told you, I dragged ass on it. I did not want it to end. It is beyond explanation. It is so different. It is a living tome that just ignites ancient memory, breath, images, feeling, knowing, sound, everything within your biome. It's another aspect of us humans that have brought these beautiful keys with us, that it's time to unlock for those that haven't yet. Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, everybody who's reading it say, I don't want it to end. I'm slowing down. I don't want to end. But you know, as I said, and it's written at the end of the book, the end is the beginning. When you finish, when you end reading Koldas, you turn the last page, then your real story begins. So this is magical. This is very magical. And it arrived at the right moment for humanity. And you know, it's very huge, very important. It tells humanity who they are, and it tells about the future of Earth. That is, for certainty, a beautiful future already. Mm-hmm. And since that book has come out, it's been like for the Cedars, I have been dramatically attacked. That means this book is bringing a truth the deep state doesn't want you to know. Oh, I am at the center of a shooting party. Only me, nobody else. Because it's been organized because of this, because of the knowledge that's in it. Yes. Because this is not about me at all. I'm just the guy taking your hand. through the forest, through the deserts, through the jungle, through the clouds. And it's your story. It is your story, the story of your descendants. And because of that, they don't want you to access it. So I'm shoot at in every horrendous possible ways. Think about it. What is the reason? The reason is this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
read it. You will know.
It's
You
so
will know.
beautiful. It's so magical, and anyone that shoots at you, they show who they are. They name themselves. So it's very simple.
Yeah.
So we don't worry. We just continue to move and bring the
Oh,
bridge.
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I know the future of Earth. I
Yes,
know. And
exactly.
that's why I'm so serene. People are mad, like, why are you upset with all the attacks? I say, because I know.
Yeah.
And, I see the greater perspective, and challenges are part of the evolution. It reshapes you into becoming stronger, better, more clever.
Hmm.
Evolution always wins.
Hmm.
So I know everyone who will read it will understand that. So
Hmm.
let's go on. So we crashed. I hated it, but we spent like about a week in the jungle, and I got to know better Wakaskun. Wakaskun was drawing the flower of life in the sand. There was a patch of sand near where we crashed. We survived on the shuttle supplies, which was disgusting, but better than nothing. And then the last day, Thoran was saying now he gave us baskets and he said like kind of thing, and he said, oh, now you need to go and find your own food, that's the last supply. And I'm not going in the bushes with all the beasties, it's terrifying. He said, yes, that or starve.
God.
So we Wakaskun were drawing in the sand, and he explained to me the great Tanka. And it's exactly how Iya explained it to me, and as I remember it. It's the structure of the universe. All the little circles are bubbles, wobbly bubbles, and each bubble is a universe slash dimension. And they all intertwine with each other, and they expand. So you imagine the flower of life, but not flat, but as spheres, you know. And that they know that as well, and they call it the great tanka, and it's alive, it's creator is its creation, and creation is its creator, and we are all linked with each other by the great tanka. And that was amazing. On Koldas as well, I was given the name by the spirit of the planet. I was named Suma, which means the bridge. And this was really, really beautiful. Because Danny, I'm not only emissary for the Galactic Federation of Worlds, which I worked with them, not for them. I'm more than this. I'm emissary and bridge for different organizations, and I am bridging consciousness of humanity as it is right now to the consciousness of humanity in the future.
Hmm.
I came back for this. I came back to give them hope,
Hmm.
to tell them you need to keep on continuing through the confusion, through the mist, until you see the light of clarity, the light of dawn, and you will be arrived at destination to this beautiful future. The dark ones don't want humanity to reach out to the other side, to this Star Trek future. So they are confusing humanity with this fog of confusion, conflicting information, for humanity to feel confused and lost and not knowing in which direction they want to know. All they have to do is realize that the fog is not reality. It's just a fog, and it does not alter the solidity of the reality. So the ground is solid, the buildings around you are solid. The fog is just something that blurs your mind temporarily, that you don't see reality. So the only thing you have to do when you feel lost is to find the way of the heart, the path of the heart. Go back into your heart and feel the frequency of everything. And be guided by the frequency that emit people, actions, places, and you will find your way towards the other side, out of the mist. This is the only way you can go through a labyrinth, listening to your heart, because when you feel the frequency, when you attune with your own frequency, you attune with the frequency of the universe. And you can, eyes closed, sense everything around you. You're a Jedi, and you can find your way through the mist. And this is what I am bringing to humanity, the ability that everyone has to bridge themselves to this Star Trek future, this beautiful future. We are all bridges if we want to. If we want to. So I just want to take your hand. Trust me, the other side is beautiful. Trust in you. Trust in yourself. You can do it. You can do it. And you are doing it. And you will do it because of the architect exists. It is the proof that humanity of Earth is moving forward beautifully. I can't say more. Read this book, because you know why I can't tell you everything, because it needs to be a process. It's a quest.
Yeah, it's a journey.
You know, it's a journey. You need to undergo the journey. I cannot give you the answers.
Yeah.
You need to discover them within yourself, which you will.
Totally.
Totally. So we were rescued by another tribe, a jungle called the Huni. They are different. They have blue skin. They have more tentacles, and they are slender. So they brought us. That's when it was difficult for me. So at one point I was so exhausted walking in the jungle with the air thinner that I just sat. I said, I can't do it. I can't go on. I can't. So they all sat around me. They held hands and they sang. And the sound revived me, regenerated me. It was an amazing feeling, and suddenly I was feeling strong and alert and ready for the rest. The healing had operated. It was incredible, the power of the song, of the sound that they all have. When they sing these mantras together. It's amazing, amazing. So that's their village. So this is a mandar. Do you see this little creature?
No, I'm sorry, I can't see that because there's a half-naked man sitting at that table. Elena Danan, what are you doing to us? Hi, Thorhan.
Well, that's Thorhan. Thorhan had caught an infection on his skin. So when we arrived in this village, the Kodasi, the Huni, local Kodasi, healed him. They took from a jar this creature, and it's one of the mandars. You remember the little drawings you saw in the cave on the wall? That's them. So they are like translucent, and they're going to fly, like jump at what is sick, what is dissonant, and they're going to repair it by vibrating the right frequency that will repair the flesh, for instance. And it's like holographic healing in the medbeds. It's the same process. You project a healthier version of the lesion, and it repairs it, makes it resonant again. So the thing went all over his skin, like this and this and this, and it healed him. It was beautiful to see, beautiful. And so these things don't reproduce. They have one or two per village, usually one per village, per community. and they get it in the light cities, which is a place on that planet. It's technology left by the architects. So here we go. Crystal technology, these crystals supply energy. Discover how in the book. So then we went to the capital city, Shimura, and we had 2 days there to chill out and regenerate, have proper showers and eat and rest after our adventures in the jungle. And then we went to a little floating city, which is called Shimura Koldasan Arcanant, which is where the governor of the planet lives. It's a female Koldasi, Satha. And we stayed there quite a while. That was my bedroom. It was a bit cold, but it was okay. So that's because everywhere I go, I ask to see the energy supply. How do they supply their towns, their habitat with energy? So they took me here. It's free, 0-point energy collectors. And I published this book like 2 months before the Egyptian discoveries and their pyramid of Khafra went out.
Yeah.
And
True.
that is exactly what it is. This collects the frill and it transposes it to other devices. So it's cylinders going in the ground. And you have the harvesters on the top, which are usually pyramidal shapes or these big towers. So here we go. That's the library on Shimura Koldasan Arcanant. Holographic data. I describe it in the book. So yeah, Koldas is at the crossroads of 3 universes. You know, sometimes the flower of life, you see 3 circles crossing, and that's 3 bubbles. And Koldas happens to be in that zone, the central zone. So all the time you have anomalies, disturbance, interdimensional anomalies. Like doors open, tears into the fabric of space-time, and you see into another dimension. People are used to it and they don't even pay attention. If you go through one, you never come back because they never form at the same place and time. It's one-off, and it's here, up, and it's very moving. They live in this environment. The first time I saw that, it was in the Kun village. I was like terrified. And my friend Moniri told me, no, don't worry, we're used to that. Just don't touch it. Okay. So things happen like this. So that's me at the window. So we went to visit another city then in the north, what we call the Light City, where we met another race of Koldasi with brown skin and long brown tentacles. And it was freaking cold. I really hated it. So we arrived in our, I don't know if I can. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Can I see when I zoom?
Yes, it's perfect.
Yeah, you see Wakaskun and Murkas and Thoran and I, and you see Satha and then Siladion. That's so cool. So we were so cold, and so they gave us clothes and mantles and coats. So that's in my room there, the Light City, and that was super interesting. That's an egg, and that's the monitor for the whole room. Oh, first, the walls of the room are alive. The entrance wall, it's alive. And if people have seen a video I made recently with Tony Rodriguez, we're talking about that because he saw that on series. It's living material. It's like the Menders. It's living material. So it has intelligence and it reacts with emotion. So the way of activating this egg wasn't by touching. It was with eye recognition. So you look into it, you blink your eyes and you switch it on. And you look in another part and you blink. It's something to get used to, but then it's all right. So it regulates temperature, of the room, the light, and yeah, it's the smell also, the windows. We had a roof window. We had each one a room, but Thorhan always joined me in the same room, so it's better. So oh, you'll see a lot of things are happening between me and Thorhan. So ladies will like that. I give a little bit of my private life because I think sometimes, it's nice and always with his consent. There are things he asked me not to put and I removed. It's a pity, but uh, he's very private, you know. So the wall is interesting because it has no door. It just opens with the emotion. You put the intention of entering, and once you're in, it's you who command who's coming in. But you can see in translucence what's going on in the corridor, but the other way around, they can't see through. Seladion, who is an annoying kid sometimes, he tried to play with it, of course, and he sent at the wall angry feelings, aggressive feelings, and the wall started to become incandescent and like burn, and he raised the heat, and Seladion was terrified. So but that's him. He does that. He does that. So that's walking in that other city. It's a very ancient architecture. It resembles a lot to Indian temples. And when I showed that to Praveen Mohan at the GSIC in Eastbourne, he was baffled because his speech was on ancient Indian temples linked with ET, ancient astronauts. So that was really interesting because these cities, very ancient, are in a lot of places in this star system, and it's really very interesting. This is a room, this is a medical bay with the manders. Here are they. So you lay on the table in the middle and they come to you. Seladion, of course, want to be a naughty boy all the time. He said, oh, wow, when we were explaining what it was, he said, okay, we had warm coats with metal hooks to close the coats, and he opened one and he cut his hand here with it, and blood came out, and you would have seen all these manders. They were like magnet, like all like a swarm, like a swarm of starlings. They were like, wow, they all went like flew. One really flew nearly through me. It was like they went to his hand and all around him, and it in seconds he had nothing on his hand. It was all healed, and they went away. So
Incredible.
that was really, really impressive.
Yeah.
Really impressive. That's another portal. So it's very interesting because it's the same portals as JP saw in the arcs, a
Yes.
round sphere, and you walk in it and you in another place. Tony Rodriguez also saw that on Sirius and he went through one.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting. And on the other side, well, we met with the architects. So I will not tell who they are because that's a journey. And these people told us really who we are as humans of Nataru in this galaxy, in our galaxy. So that's Thoran and I, and that was kind of the end. That's my friend Moniri.
Mm.
And that's the end in the ship when I was brought back and Thoran erased my memory because he had to. And yeah, I consented. I said, okay, I understand the reason. But when I woke up, I was furious because I thought I had memories. I had seen something amazing and I've been to amazing places and I couldn't remember. So here is Mr. Tony Rodriguez.
Ah,
Why is he in my
that-
book? I mentioned him at the start because he helped me remembering, but at the end I asked him, Tony, could you do please a remote viewing on place I've been. And he went, oh yes, exciting, of course. And he gave the 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 work to his team as well. And I was so impressed, so impressed. So it's at the end of the book. It's called the Koldas Remote Viewing Project. And I don't know if you see well. No, you don't. You have drawings of people corroborating everything. Incredible. I have one here. Let me open it. See, for instance, this one, I think I have, I don't think you see well. I have one here. And they were all spot on. It's incredible. That's Tony. That's Tony's drawing. That's my drawing on the right, and that's what he saw. Green, non-human, biological, black eyes, things like this, people saw this. Look at that.
Amazing.
And
His remote viewing team, Tony Rodrigues.
they are the best. See the triangle and people meeting ETs, the vortex. It's incredible. Frequency of love. I haven't put everything. Oh, that's the moon pods. No, wait a minute. That's all I have. Okay, but there are so many evidence of this remote viewing in this book. It's unbelievable. What they saw. So it validates everything. So here we go. These are the moon pods. The moon pods. Parallel to that, so when I came back from Koldas, things happen in the star system, and I was made aware of pods found in the core of the moon, and these pods were linked to the architects, and they started to activate. And now everything makes sense. I tell in that book how everything makes sense.
Yeah.
So I found this tribe. So it's a tribe. So people made me aware of a tribe on Earth. They are called the Himba. And they are semi-nomadic tribe living in northern Namibia and southern Angola. So they are known for their distinctive, traditional way of life, including their own unique hairstyles, clothing, and religious practices. They style their hair to resemble the tentacles of the Kaldaz Sea. And they have this particular tradition that is staggering for those who have read my book, Kaldaz. The pregnant mother goes and sits under a tree until she hears the song of her child that will be sung to him until his last days on earth, and helping him through the rites of passage of life and death. The Himba are monotheistic animists, believing in Mukuru, the creator god, and ancestral spirits. They have a strong sense of community, like the Kaldasi, and adhere to traditional social structures and customs. Look at that. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So that's absolutely the influence of the Kaldasi that probably one point visited Earth and stayed for a while, although they have no colonies on Earth, but they have one on Venus, and Venus and Earth were very close at one point. So that's it. That's my the end of my little presentation. Stop share. Here we go.
It's so beautiful.
So this book is a personal quest. It's your quest to discover who you are. And the journey is beautiful. Ask everybody who read it and go and see the reviews. It's so,
yeah,
when you've been there and you've met all these beings and you've seen all these things and you've heard all the songs and walked the paths and been flying through these clouds and to these beautiful cities in the clouds and stood at the balcony looking over the clouds and so peeked into other dimensions, you know, sure, I'm different. Of course, I'm different. Of course, words cannot hurt me, Of course, when I see what's going on Earth, I know the bigger picture. I know in there you will discover why all of this that you see, division, is just an illusion. It's just evolution playing out.
Yeah.
And we are all co-creators.
Totally. I
Yeah.
think one very important point to make, and something that you always say, I don't think enough people hear it or
Mhm.
are listening, because you know how you can tell people in 10 times the same thing, but they're not ready or they miss something or it doesn't mean the same thing and they don't get it all. But you consistently say that the journey is through the heart. It's not through the mind. You're not detaching from the divine, from love. You are all about love. This is what drives you. And it drives me bonkers when people don't understand that about you, don't give you the time or the grace for the fact that this is how you live your life. This is what you bring. So you say through the heart, connecting to the creator, connecting to love, not a mechanical matrix, not unhooking from, the divine. You go through the heart and not through the mind. It's very important.
No, when you are confused, just stop. The answers are not coming from outside, not even from me. The answers come from yourself. When you tune in, you cut the noise, you tune in. What feels right for you? What gives you hope? What empowers you? What makes you feel happier and stronger and more empowered? And what brings you down, destroys your hope, and make you wanting to judge and argue. The way of the heart is the way, and you need to find it. To me, there's no division, because division means there are equal groups that don't agree. It's not this. Listen, people, division, it's not this. Division is evolution. And when you understand this, division is this. It's a conflict of misunderstanding, of miscommunication between people who found the way of the heart and hence are in tune with the universe, and people who haven't yet found it. So both are not seeing reality in the same way. And it is for these people to do the work and find the way of the heart. And these ones try to guide them, but these ones attack them because they say, you know nothing, blah, 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 blah. And you go, okay, well, live your journey. You need to go through the journey. And that's the only way out, to find the way of the heart, the only way out of the confusion. Confusion is necessary to find your way because it obliges you to close your eyes, not rely on a fog. Close your eyes, look within. There's a formidable, infinite light within you that is unbounded, that is so powerful. The power of this light is omnipotent. It's the power of the light of creative love, the essence of creator, and you are a seed of it. And when you discover, remember that, you see through everything. So it's everyone's personal journey. And so I keep encouraging, I keep leading by example, and, it's up to you.
Yeah, beautiful. There's such a gift in sitting with self, breathing into self. And when you really truly do connect into the heart and lower in and let everything else go, when you see yourself as the size that you actually are, as the energy frequency that you are, The body disappears, the physical body, the vessel is not there. You are this infinite, beautiful energy. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting to explore that and kind of land that and remind. So again, if nothing more, remembering that being an extraterrestrial, knowing this ET and that ET and proving this and proving that, that's not what this is about. We're in an ascension. The planet that we call home is ascending. So everything is opening up to us. But there's an alternative force that doesn't want it to change. But that force has been broken. And we are rising up. And with this is all of our memories, all of our other connections to other real physical experiences that we've had on other planets. There's other beings and other places, other spaces, other dimensions. And this book, for example, Cold Ass, it is so different to anything that most people have read, because you introduce the idea, the reality of going to one planet named Neptune that Earth people have named Neptune, but getting to it and then going beyond it into another dimension. And this takes the mind and expands it into a whole different way of thinking and imagining. And you need your imagination to bring the information. Every time I've done clinical hypnotherapy, past life regression therapy, I have always said, need your imagination to bring the information. Because when you hit that spark, that picture, that image, something in your cells remembers. Something in your Akashic records, if you want to say that, remembers. So it is so much bigger than we could even imagine. And we are all beautiful, amazing, and expansive. And even if we're misbehaving, seem to be misbehaving, it's not who you really are. It's not who we really are. So Elena, thank you so much. That was a beautiful presentation. It's just so beyond words, really. I get so moved, knowing the things I know and have learnt from you and have witnessed together and apart, and the things that you bring and the journey that you're on, and knowing that there's much more to come soon too. Not a deliberate teaser, but there's other stuff to come. You're not one that thinks the humans aren't ready. You'd never be so arrogant. You don't think that way. You're doing the absolute opposite.
Humans have been ready 370,000 years ago. You know what I mean?
The project's behind, Elena. The project's behind.
Yeah. Thanks, Anlil, for that.
Oh, goodness.
But Anlil is in a present world. Ia is back. I am back, and we get this. This time we win. And people are telling me, Elena, it's like the last days of Atlantis at the moment. The communities are infiltrated, and they want to collapse. The societies are. Yes, here we go again. But this time, we win.
Yeah, exactly. This time we win. My darling, so as always, great pleasure. I'm so happy that Japan was so great for you, the beautiful people that came to Ginza, and that Miyoko Sano puts on these beautiful, efforts to bring disclosure to Japan. And this year also invited our beautiful brother, JP, and that was gorgeous too. So anything final that you would like to leave the beautiful people that will come and see this?
Well, of course, this book is your personal quest to discover who you are. Through my personal quest, I take your hand. I wrote everything in the present tense because that's how I remembered. It's in French now, available in French. All is on my website, author page. You go through the maze and you find it. I would like to address everyone who's listening to this. We're all unique. We're all bridges to Creator because we are Creator. We have this seed of Creator in our heart, the heart chakra. The chakras are natural, innate structure of the etheric body that allows the soul to hook at the body. The heartbeat will be what will keep the soul and to intertwine to the body. This connection through the heart chakra the inner heart, the higher heart, as I call it. Higher not because it's high, like the higher self, it's because it's in a higher frequency. Vibrates faster, closer to the light. When you tune into this little seed, star seed, you remember who you are. Not only as someone who has lived under the world, but also, and mainly, and more importantly, as someone who is a fractal of the great creator, the great Tanka. And this power is in everyone. And we can all tap into it. We have a natural power plant that is these two serpentine strands of energy that goes through all the chakras, arrived to our beautiful pineal gland. Natural occurrence in all creatures, except reptilians and greys don't have it as well, but nearly all creatures, animals and humans. When it touches this, it goes boom. It's like a vortex. It's a collision, and it opens, implodes, and then you connect to Creator. And connecting to Creator, it's the wings on the caduceus. That means the consciousness expands and flies. You connect to the knowledge of the universe, the Akashic records, as you name them. So when you connect to that, you know everything, every answer to your questions. And my funny last thing is that I was in Japan and I was looking for. I love the Shinto philosophy in Japan. The Shinto believe that there are spirits animating everything, and that the great creator animates everything, and gods came from the sky once and taught humans. Well, I found this. I said, what is this? And if you see it, maybe a little bit of shadow on it. I said, it's two serpents and this kind of thing in the middle. What is that? Intrigues me. And I was explained that these are the two serpents of the human power, and this is the pineal gland. You get it? And you know how they are called? They are called the emissaries of the gods. That means that when you activate this power and the vortex here, you are the gods. The serpentine energies are the bridges, the emissaries of the gods. That's it. I found that incredibly magnificent. All the ancient cultures on earth have these stories and these beliefs. So I leave you with that. And share where you come from. Share your knowledge. I'm eager to hear your knowledge and your wisdom, everyone. So let's go. It's time. It's about time.
That's right. Thank you so much. And it's time. Let's go indeed. And you mentioned the caduceus, and so a lot of people may not know what that is. It's actually the universal medical sign with the entwined, it's like a stick with a snake going up, and then the wings, as you said, and again symbolized there in the little vase thing that you just held up. And there's so many ways to go and backtrack on history and historical events and symbols globally. Go ahead.
Come to Charlotte in September, 19th to 21st of September in North Carolina, because not only I will present the origins of what I just spoke about, the genesis. I will speak about the genesis of the human race. When the Anunnaki arrived, what happened with a revelation that I haven't stated publicly yet, that I will state there for the first time. And it will be quite something. It will be the big reveal. And I will also take you through this journey of tapping into your own power. So come, because what you experience physically with us, the speakers, and everybody who bring you some information, it's a question of frequency, of exchange. And so it will be something very special, the big reveal. And JP will be here. Will he reveal? Will it be a big reveal also?
Yes.
We don't know. We don't know.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Well, we do, but
a big reveal from JP, never spoken of, never known before. Of course, that's what a GSIC is. It's a new information conference, a connection of things happening.
And I know who's coming too, and I don't say anything, but
no, not yet. Not yet.
No.
Not yet. It's a beautiful surprise. And, you know, in terms of off planet, on planet, the people that we have, like the most amazing Kathy O'Brien, how you guys are going to be so shocked, you know, because it isn't all light and love. You know, you deserve to know the true history of your planet, your universe, your solar system, and you deserve to understand the mechanics and the people and the families and the organizations behind all of these things that are very clever and engineered at making us all fight each other. The design is very clever. The social engineering is very, very clever indeed. And many people right now are falling for it. And remember, guys, not everyone reveals who they are. Not everyone that sits in front of you is revealing exactly who or what they are. So let's assume less as we move forward. Elena Danan, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for bringing more information for us today.
Thank you, Danny. You are amazing. Thank you.
And to you guys out there, sending you so much love from my heart to yours as always. Keep going, guys. Remember, you don't know who everyone is, but perhaps you will very soon. Get your tickets to Charlotte. Come join us September 19th, 20th, and 21st. An incredible range of beautiful souls. Nikki Allen is also coming again. Praveen Mohan is coming again. Danyan Brinkley is joining us. Danyan Brinkley. He has died 3 times. No one knows more about death and life and the fact that we do not die. We are diving more in this GSIC into the science of consciousness, the reality of who and what we are. And it's going to be, again, our best yet. And we will be bringing the craft. Until next time, Elena, thank you so much. And to you guys, much love.